The most common misconception about food styling is the food's fake. The food is absolutely real. The more real it is, the better it looks in front of the camera. My name is Kissling, and I'm a food stylist. I started in corporate America. I have a bachelor's degree in international marketing, and in my late 20s, I decided that I really was in love with cooking. So I decided to change careers and left corporate America and went to cooking school. We had a career day where they told us about different careers and told us about food styling. And as soon as I heard about it, I knew this was something I'd want to do. Today we're shooting a cookbook. It's an ice cream sandwich cookbook. So we're shooting every single recipe in the book.
That's pretty. I like the way the light is. It's really nice.
So what usually happens is you talk with a photographer and you get a manuscript of all the recipes that's going to be in there and what needs to be shot, what order we need to shoot it in, how many days it'll take. I usually hire an assistant to work with me. This particular project I'm working on, I have two. And then I do all the planning as far as shopping, what we need, what we don't need, what we have on hand, what we don't have on hand. And we'll get to the studio and we just start cooking. We just go in order of what we're doing, prep and cook. And you have to be super organized to make sure that you're not wasting time doing something that you're going to be shooting tomorrow. You just have to be really organized about what steps need to be taken to actually keep the process moving so the photographer and the team isn't waiting for you to get food on set. The tricks in ice cream is you have to keep everything cold, you have to work in a freezer. If the room is too warm too and you get it on set, you only have a few minutes before it starts to melt. And sometimes melt is good, but you want to control that melt. Another trick of the trade for that is I have a straw that I'll blow through right on the ice cream and it'll create a nice little drip that will make it look melty just in the right spot and drip in just the right place.
That looks really awesome on that corner.
The relationship between a photographer and a food stylist, you have to, first of all, you have to get along, of course. You have to enjoy your time with each other because you're spending so much time, and you have to respect each other because this is all about the creative process. So it's good to have somebody that you work with that you have the same vision for the project and you're clear on that from the start.
Yeah, I love that. Go Kim.
What makes a great shot is it's something that it feels right. It can't be taught. You look at something and it just aesthetically feels really good, like everything fits together. There's not something sticking out, or maybe that thing that's sticking out belongs there. It makes it more interesting. So it's just about having a sense of what works. The equipment I use for food styling, I have lots of knives and paintbrushes, and there's so many things that go into it. Okay, so this is my main kit, and I've got all sorts of stuff in it. Spatulas and scissors and glue. There's museum wax, there's tons of little spoons that I use all the time, always a wine opener just in case. It fills up the entire back of my car that I take to every single shoot because you just never know what you're gonna need. When I was in high school, I never knew any of this existed, and I certainly didn't understand that I wanted to get into the food industry. I think what would help is understanding food science, so science classes, and understanding how oxygen affects food or how water affects food or oil. I think that would be helpful. You really have to understand how food works. You have to know how to cook, you have to know how to bake. Baking is a big one because that's actually a science that you have to follow and understand. Why do you beat the egg whites to a stiff peak, and what is a stiff peak? The only way to learn the trade is to actually be on set and work with the food stylist and assist them, an apprentice. That's the only way you can learn the business. What I love about this career is actually everything. I love being in the creative world. I love being around food. I love understanding how food works. I love working with the photographer and the art directors and creating something really beautiful that other people look at and makes them just salivate. I've been doing this for 18 years and I truly love what I do.